I'm here to do a weekly update. I just finished filming like my little bits and bobs for my March wrap up, so I'm gonna edit it tonight so that I can hopefully post it in 2 days. So I know who the winner is of my giveaway for March. Very exciting. I feel like I'm cheating on you guys by not telling you right away. But yeah, so it's been a little bit more than a week. It's been a week and a couple of days. I finished 3 things. Finally, I finished By Night the Mountain Burns by Juan Tomas Avila Laurel, translated by Jethro Sautar. And this was my pick for Equatorial Guinea for the month of April. We're in May right now, right? April, and this book was phenomenal. The structure of the story, the whole thing was just really, really good. I am very pleased that I read this, and I would read anything that he writes. I also read the poetry magazine from March 2021, and this is specifically young people's poetry, and I really liked this. I am gonna say right now, maybe I'll kind of go over some of the poems. I don't know. Should I wait until my monthly? I'll maybe go over some of the poems, but what I was gonna say is that I am trying to get rid of these. So I am subscribed to, surprise, surprise, a ton of literary journals and magazines, like a lot of lit journals, and I do not plan on keeping the poetry ones. I do want to keep the other ones, like my Zizava and my Tin House obviously is not happening anymore, but I'm keeping all those, and Parish Review, and you know, there's tons of them and I want to keep them. But this one, I think because it comes out monthly, so it just, I don't know, maybe I'm not 100% sold on the idea. Basically what I was trying to say is that I wanted to like be mailing these out to people, so if like you're interested in them, but I don't know if I'm sold on that at the moment. There is someone already that I'm thinking of sending this to, so this is not like a freebie up for grabs at the moment, but I did just want to show you guys some of the artwork in here because, oh boy, so beautiful, so gorgeous. And so I've like started following a bunch of people on Instagram because of this. Oh, and this is the only person or the only artist that I recognize is Jillian Tamaki. But yeah, so there's a lot of really good stuff in here, and I did circle my favorite authors that were in here, and this one I put a wow next to. Maybe I'll read you guys that one. Let's see, 606. Invisible Children. I don't remember which one of these I decided to put. Actually, maybe it was The Line of Fire. Our children in the line of fire, scrambling for their lives, while we dreamily polish our guns, reminders of the good old days when we lived in the Wild West, when war was a synonym of greatness, when guns didn't fire 800 rounds a minute. We cherish the smell of red brass and gunpowder as our children practice hiding in closets, learning to shiver and cry in silence instead of multiplication facts. We pat our sweet babies' heads and send them off to the line of fire. Rough, eh? So anyways, I thought this was super good. This is the first one of these that I've read, which is embarrassing because I've been subscribed for like 2 or 3 years, so let's not worry about that. And then I also finished Notes on a Silencing, which is the memoir by Lacey Crawford, and I'm speaking in a really upbeat tone, which does not apply to this book, but because the book is about her being assaulted. So when I do my BookTube prize wrap up, I will talk about this book. I cannot tell you what I thought of it at the moment. So those are the things that I finished in this last week. Very exciting. So I have started I'm an Old Commie by Dan Lungu, translated by Alistair Ian Blythe, and I am really liking it. I do think, because Jake said he would cook for me, and mid-month book bash is this weekend, I feel pretty confident that I'm gonna finish this tonight. I think I just need to read for like 2 more hours and then I will finish. I'm on 65 of 170 something. So it's not very taxing. I think that I can do it. I will say, just for like accountability, I have not picked up Kintu at all this past week, which is disappointing because boy, do I need to read this book. So that's great. And the next book for the BookTube prize that I'm going to be reading is Milltown by Carrie Arsenault. I have no idea. Will you wait just 5 minutes? 3 minutes? I have no idea what this book is about, but I have no idea. There are pictures in it though, based on a quick flip through. the book that I have replaced, I have like this weird system. So I like group my reading into sections. So I've got my BookTube prize books, my Invisible Cities books, my book club books, my goals books, so books that meet my goals, and then just like others. And so usually these are kind of carryover books from like the month before, or like books that help me meet other certain goals. I'm like really weird about my reading. So since I finished a book that is like in one of those groupings, that the one that I'm picking up to replace it is Paying the Land by Joe Sacco. And this is really good as well. I did start this like towards the end of the month of April. And it is really interesting. And I feel like I should this is again, something that I will hopefully finish this weekend during mid-month book bash, something that I probably won't finish for at least another week. When the Elephants Dance by Tess Ariza Holth. I started this and I'm only 16 pages in, and I'm telling you, I cried so aggressively. It's kind of ridiculous. This book it takes place in the Philippines during World War II, specifically because of, I don't even like know what to say, but I'm just going to tell you like what the title is in reference to. I'm sorry, Jake, because you've already heard me talk about this, but this is just so good. So I'm just going to read you the very, very beginning so that you can understand why. Okay. Papa explains the war like this: when the elephants dance, the chickens must be careful. The great beasts, as they circle one another, shaking the trees and trumpeting loudly, are the Americanos and the Japanese as they fight. And our Philippine Islands, we are the small chickens. I think of baby chicks I can hold in the palm of my hand, flapping wings that are not yet grown, and I am frightened. So it's basically about a proxy war that's happening on the Philippine Islands during World War II between the Japanese and the US people. So the United States was on, I think at the very beginning she talks about it, but Spain had control of the Philippine Islands and the Philippines. I don't know why I'm speaking so oddly. And in a war with the US, they basically like gave the territory over to the United States. And so the United States was kind of based there. And then World War II started. And so the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, and then they attacked the Philippines. And so in that attack, the US kind of fled, but the Japanese people kind of came in. And I need to finish reading the Showa volumes to see like if they talk about this at all, but I'm sure he will. But basically the Japanese are coming in saying like, oh, we're gonna get rid of the West, and like it's all about Asia, like, you know, we're Asians for Asia. But really they treated the Filipino people horrendously, and even worse if they thought that they were working for the Americans. So there's like this horrible like situation happening where Filipino people are turning on other Filipino people, and kind of I would like maybe equate it to like the you know, people turning in like Jews during, I mean, also during the same period of time. But it's just really sad. And you know, the whole beginning scene is like a little boy like accidentally getting caught up in this situation where these a Japanese soldier has been killed, and so these other soldiers are trying to find out who did it, and so they're like torturing these people to try to find out. And it's just like so sad. I was crying so hard, and I don't know why I've never heard anyone talk about this book before, because I mean, of what I've read so far, it is extremely well written and on a subject that I don't know very much about. And yeah, so I'm confused, people. But anyways, I am looking forward to continuing that, but it is kind of a slow read because it's super, super dense. And again, there's lots and lots of words on the pages. It's dense. Okay, so that's all that I have for this week. Hopefully I will film this again in a week so that I'm not like super, super behind all the time. But I appreciate you guys, and look out for my March wrap up where the winner of my giveaway for February is revealed, the secret that I know, and where you can enter to win a freshie. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.